We know that over the past two postseasons now, we've seen the Warriors down 2-1 in a series, twice last year in the semis and in the finals. To me, this feels a little different being down 2-1 to OKC. Or is it, Rick, or is it business as usual for Golden State? I mean, how concerned should they be with this Game 4 coming up on Tuesday?
They should be concerned. They should be concerned, but they should also be confident that when played the right way, when played like the Warriors have played all season long, that there's enough in that locker room to have the tables turn, as we just saw in Game 2. Right? We've seen the tables turn and swing both ways in this series, but what we do know is that the margin for error with a 73-9 team sometimes is greater. Maybe in the case of the matchup between these two teams in the regular season, the Warriors had no reason to really fear the Oklahoma City Thunder based on the fact that they've been able to come back at any point in time and win on their floor. And I think if they needed any reason to get to that place of adding a little more respect and fear in this opponent, it was after the night. So I'm interested in Game 4, to say the least.
Warriors have lost every Game 3 this year. Last year, they lost 2 of the 4 Game 3s. We mentioned the Memphis series and we mentioned the Cleveland series. But what is interesting is that the Golden State Warriors at that time were not the Golden State Warriors that we know now. They were on a quest to find out if they were a championship team. They were willing to do the things and sacrifice the things that needed to be done in order to give themselves that opportunity. They have defined themselves. I think the question that we can ask, Vince, quite honestly, is OKC. Is there the difference in OKC that's necessary to take down Golden State? There's 2 ways you can go about it. For Golden State, going into Game 4, you think about it this way. If you react, you're letting somebody control you. That's not the way to go about it. If you respond, you're letting a team know that you're in control. And I think that's the fascinating part of where we are in this series, with Golden State stepping on the floor in a couple of nights to face this team again.
So responding, now Golden State almost to a man, Bones, said it was on us. We took quick shots. We did not make them defend, and that turned into transition points. So they feel that these are checkpoints. These are things that they can recalibrate when we get to Game 4. What do you think?
Absolutely they do, with the proper amount of respect given to what Oklahoma City represents offensively. And in terms of what Rick's been talking about, this team is the most athletic, dangerous, explosive team that we have in the game. This is the reason why all the analysts who were talking about OKC being a dangerous team in the playoffs, if they started to focus on defense, could be somebody you don't want to face, and why they were probably more of a tough matchup for Golden State as opposed to San Antonio, because San Antonio can't produce offensively how it is that Oklahoma City can, with Russell and Kevin Durant being as dynamic as they are offensively. Can Golden State do it? Yes, they can control those things. Now, can they control those things to the point where they're on fire shooting the basketball and everybody's on that night and they get back to what they are in terms of their consistency with the offense? That remains to be seen. But the first quarter of that game, to see Golden State move the ball, move players, cut around, and find opportunities that we're used to seeing, that'll be a telltale sign of whether or not Golden State has approached the game properly in Game 4.
I was going to say,
last word.
Going small for OKC, they said they had success today. Well, why do you think they had? Their small is still a 7-foot Kevin Durant and a 6'10" Serge Ibaka in their front court, who still have the athleticism, the speed, the length, and the skills to stay with the Iggy's and the Harrison Barnes. And so they really still aren't small, but that's their small lineup.